Well, I guess then you get the joy of learning everything again.
Is that joyful?
I'd like to learn how to brush my teeth again. That'd be nice. Do it the right way, instead of gagging myself every 5 seconds.
I don't want to know what you're doing to brush your teeth.
No, no. So like, when I brush my teeth normally. I brush all the teeth, every little tooth. I floss. But then, like when I brush my tongue, I have a real bad problem about trying to get to the back of my tongue brushing it because I hate that feeling. So I usually gag myself a lot.
Oh, there's some some tongue cleaners.
I gag myself with those too. Hello, fellow weebs and otakus, another episode of Anime Fix, where your fix for all things anime. I'm Chase.
I'm Lance.
I miss saying that.
It's been a while.
It's only been a week, right?
A couple of weeks.
Well, they only think it's been a week.
It's actually been 6 weeks.
Has it?
No, it has been
I know.
6 weeks.
I know. We gotta catch back up.
It's been 4. No.
I have no idea. I've lost track of time. The sugar from these donuts are making my head spin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, because Lance trying to make me feel bad because
You should feel bad.
I want to eat something before I go roll. But no, I should eat nothing. That's what Lance told me to do.
You should eat something better than donuts.
How about banana?
That's better than a donut.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the banana, peel it, and then put the donuts instead of a circle in them on the banana. Best both worlds.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what people who drink. Oh shoot, what's it called? Never mind. Joke's lost. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm waiting in anticipation for the joke.
Whatever. I'm gonna screw with the punchline. So I'm just gonna say it. When people mix vodka with orange juice.
What's that called?
That's what I can't remember. But they're like, yeah, I'm getting my vitamin. I'm getting my vitamin C.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's not funny.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
You're always hilarious to me.
Oh, sound like Tori.
Wow. I'm a little better than Tori. What did we watch 4 weeks ago?
We watched. We watched Altered Carbon, the anime. Altered Carbon Resleeved, which I didn't realize at the time, but that was a prequel to a Netflix live action series.
Oh, that's the prequel?
Ah.
Oh, that makes more sense to me. Okay.
So like they released 2 seasons, a live action series called Altered Carbon about this character, which is based off a book written in the early 2000s.
Oh,
and then they released this anime, which I read was a prequel, because there's a lot of characters and a lot of concepts introduced in it that are explained in the first 2 seasons.
That's cool. That makes a lot of sense now. So, have you watched the series at all? I watched a couple episodes of the series. Can we spoil anything for you or not? I only watched.
Go right ahead.
Go
ahead.
You're probably not going to watch it.
Actually, yeah, I wasn't planning on watching it because I love cyberpunk theme stuff, but I don't know. It's something lately that I think I would have preferred this, like, without even watching. And of course, I could be totally wrong, and everything. It's a great series, but I feel like this is better as an anime.
I don't know. I kind of like the movie better. I mean, I like the series better, but it's only been like 3 episodes. So
okay. But go ahead, yeah, go ahead and spoil for me. What's going on?
I mean, I don't know much since there's only 3 episodes in, but this guy hires Takashi because he's in prison for like 200 to 300 years. So this guy, he gets him out of prison because he's frozen in prison. And he hires him to solve a murder, which is his own murder. Someone murdered him. But he has his memory uploaded every like 3 minutes, and then he just gets a new body.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, I need to know who murdered me. And everyone thinks it was a suicide. So because like no one was able to be in the building or anything, but his head was like smashed in. So it looks like really, really good, and it looks like something that you would really enjoy. But I think the problem is you're so spoiled from Psychopaths that you can't give anything else a chance. That's what I think.
Yeah, I want to point out you brought it up first.
Well,
You brought it up first.
I'm trying to get ahead of the game because I know it's going to happen because this is a cyberpunk theme movie. We're gonna talk about it.
I could be. I'm probably very spoiled because like Psychopaths is just so.
Psychopaths did a lot of things right. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially cyberpunk.
Like everything, like from the technology, from the universe building, from the characters, sort of the explanation of how you got there. Sort of the political, the philosophical. Like there's so many good points in that show.
I do like. So remember, like
Yeah.
last time when we were talking about like if you go into a different body, are you still that same person, right? Or if you like, this is pretty much what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know like they already.
I had no idea. Like I had read a brief, like super brief synopsis about kind of what it was, and the artwork looked really cool, so that's why I recommended it. Don't.
They looked really cool. But I thought it was funny. I thought you picked it because we were talking about that.
No, it's just a complete coincidence.
Coinkadink.
Oh.
Did you like the
interesting
movie,
though? Like yeah, like I was saying that like it's not okay. Just because we watched this movie does not change that it's not possible in the context of what uploading your consciousness into a computer.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fair. I don't think it's
at least I'll suspend some disbelief. At least in this current environment, it's not possible.
But it's being thought about.
It's a cool concept, right? Like of immortality. How do you live forever? Should you live forever?
As long as you have money. Like so, like in the actual. I mean, this dude, like in the actual anime, right? He's living forever because he's just switching bodies all the time, right?
Yeah.
In the
well, that's the thing though. They are always switching bodies. It might be that you might be entering into a clone of your current body, I suppose. But yeah, that's the thing. Everyone switches bodies all the time.
But the problem is if your stack dies, you die.
Yes, because that's where your consciousness.
Exactly, but in the TV show, right?
Mm-hmm.
His stack will never die because it's being uploaded to a satellite in the sky.
Yeah.
So, like, unless someone destroys that satellite, then he's gonna live forever.
Because they're not in what we watched. They're not having their consciousness uploaded every 3 minutes.
Correct.
So that would be must be a super strong connection. Could you imagine if there's like a frame a drop? Like you're in the middle of uploading and like lags a little bit, stuck to 59%, and someone just into your stack right then and there.
Yeah, and then
you come back and you're like, man, I forget how to brush my teeth.
Well, I guess then you get the joy of learning everything again.
Is that joyful?
I'd like to learn how to brush my teeth again. That'd be nice. Do it the right way, instead of gagging myself every 5 seconds.
I don't want to know what you're doing to brush your teeth.
No. So like, when I brush my teeth normally. I brush all the teeth, every little tooth. I floss. But then, like, when I brush my tongue, I have a real bad problem about trying to get to the back of my tongue brushing it because I hate that feeling. So I usually gag myself a lot.
Oh, there's some like some tongue cleaners.
I gag myself with those too. I'd rather not switch.
Fair. All right, fine.
My routine.
Okay.
My routine is I wake up every morning, eat
That's
Krispy Kreme
first
donuts.
off, let's stop
Krispy
right there.
Kreme donuts. I do wake up every morning. It's morning now. It's morning now.
Where were you? What were you doing? Were you doing that 6 months ago? You want to talk about?
Hey, I've been consistent for 5 and 11 weeks, 5 and 3 weeks. 5 months and 3 weeks.
Hey, look at you. You're all proud of yourself because you're like, I got a routine. Wait till you have my routine, okay?
Well, I gotta wait till I'm like 60 for that. So
70.
70. Because that's how long it's gonna. Not because Lance is old, which he is, but because my discipline is very negligible. I have little to no discipline. It's amazing. I'm actually up at this time.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you. You have been consistent. Last several months.
Well,
not with the podcast, but with getting up.
Well, I mean, I'm consistent with the podcast. I was only 10 minutes late.
It's okay.
That's because after I got up, gagged myself, and went to the bathroom, I laid back down until you texted me.
You were the one that told me. You're like,
because I wasn't confident that you were up. That's what I'm gonna say.
Really? You weren't confident in my getting up, bro. I was up at 6.
Okay, look. I was confident you getting up, but I don't know if you were making coffee. I don't know if you were going to get breakfast at a Trader Joe's or something like that.
Yeah.
You definitely didn't go to Panera or Starbucks because you hate that coffee.
I don't. Right, so it's and I don't mind that sort of burnt, dark, bitter taste.
I don't either. What about Dunkin'? Where you rank Dunkin' between those?
I don't think I've had Dunkin' coffee before.
What?
Yeah, and
Dunkin's so good. We had a Dunkin' like very close to where we both worked, attached to a gas station.
I know.
Why didn't you go there?
Would I?
I went there a lot because there's a Dairy Queen right across the street. Plus, I can stick to my routine and get 6 donuts, just not Krispy Kreme.
I'm fine with making my own every morning.
You make donuts every morning?
Coffee. Do I don't make donuts every morning. Although I didn't. I've been doing some intermittent, like skipping breakfast in the morning.
You've been skipping breakfast?
I try to. Sometimes it I try to hold off until like middle of the day before I eat. Sometimes I don't. Like this morning I didn't. Which I know that completely destroys the whole point. Like having those little, 3 days and then you eat in the morning and then you go 3 days not eating in the morning and you're supposed to be consistent for it to actually have any like long-term benefit. But
oh really?
Yeah. Yeah, having little breaks, or like for instance with the coffee, right? Like if you put cream, if you're doing intermittent fasting or some, let's say I'm not doing intermittent fasting, I'm doing intermittent fasting light, right? Like so I just try to hold off, not like stuff my face first thing. I try to like hold off and let my body, adjust to the morning before I eat something. So you put, for example, but in like actual traditional intermittent fasting, skipping breakfast till afternoon. People will drink coffee to try and fill their to satiate that need. But if you add cream or sugar or any type of thing to the coffee, even if that is all you drink for the first half of your day, that completely ruins. It's not intermittent fasting. Any of that high caloric stuff.
Because it has calories.
Yeah.
But coffee has no
Coffee
calories, right?
coffee does have calories, but it's so low. It's like
It's less than like a gram.
I
Not
don't know,
gram.
but
Milligram.
I don't know what the uh, measure is, but it's like 10, like under 10 calories.
Oh, why did I say grams and milligrams?
I don't know. That's
I'm an
why I was like,
idiot.
I don't know what that, but
What's the
anyway,
conversion
yeah,
rate?
yeah. But it has like under 10 calories, I think, for a normal cup.
Oh, cool.
Maybe it's 5. Maybe I'm thinking because I usually drink 1 or 2, so maybe it's like
So
anyway.
like you say, like if you drink like 10 cups of coffee in the morning, then you're not fasting.
I mean, the fact that the calories are so low, I mean, but at that point, I don't think you should drink 10 cups of coffee because you have a whole nother problem.
What's the other problem?
Your heart.
I'll just get a new body like Altered Carbon. My stack would be fine.
If only.
What do you mean? It happens in the
I'm
movie.
saying if only you could do that. I would love
I
that.
mean, you can. It's in the movie.
It's not real though, you dingus. Nice segue back into the actual point
Yes,
of the
it is.
talking.
That's why I did it.
Um, yeah. So so where were we? Actually, we were talking about how
Who knows?
in the TV show he uploads his consciousness every 3 minutes.
I think so. It's 3 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, let's skip all that. We got the premise of the show. What did you think?
It was actually pretty entertaining. The only thing was like, it was entertaining, but like, I didn't really care about any of the characters.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't, and there weren't really anybody who was likable.
Not really. Like, Takeshi Kovacs, he's pretty cool, but it's really funny.
Consider
Like,
me her babysitter.
I know. What's really funny is like he is Asian in this movie, but in the TV show, he starts off Asian and then he is in a white body.
Yeah, which has its own.
Yeah, that's funny.
In the season 2, he's played by Anthony Mackie.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw
Oh.
that too. I want to see how he does too as a Takeshi. But yeah, Takeshi's really cool. Um, and then I thought it was also really cool that his sister's in this movie because in the TV show it's implied that she died. So
Oh,
but he
is that
shows
is that why you say it makes sense why it's a prequel?
yes, it makes sense why it's a prequel. But obviously I don't know like so is this like before he is captured and frozen or like right before? I don't understand.
I didn't read too much into like how it leads into, but I think a little bit I did. I think it's leads right into because the guy that I don't know. Now I'm starting to question myself. I think that the old man that you're talking to in the anime is the guy who hires you.
Is it?
Yeah, because I think he has like he makes him a promise that he's gonna like resolve his. Oh yeah, it makes him a promise to resolve his sort of like his crimes. Or not his crimes, but his like sentencing. And at the end of this movie, he says, "I didn't say that this was the only thing he had to do."
That makes sense. I didn't think the guy was Asian though, but I'd have to rewatch it. But he would probably be the one of my favorite characters. The other favorite was um his sister.
I really liked the sister. I liked how she was such a badass with the sword.
Yes, that was really cool. And then I don't think she agrees with resleeving too, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, she's done it obviously, but like she'd rather not resleeve again.
Did you so for the bad guy in this? Did you peg that it was?
Oh yeah, it's all coming a mile away. What about you?
I didn't pick up on that.
What? It's
I didn't
a
pick up.
well, I guess it's like a big anime trope to do that. So
Okay, so what's the trope?
the trope is like at the last like they put so much on this one character that you think's the bad guy, right?
Uh
Like and obviously he kind of is, but like he doesn't want to die, right? But in my mind, I'm like as soon so I picked up on it as soon as the guy that hired Takeshi was like yeah, his laugh is ridiculous. And I'm like, "Oh, that's his dad." The past one's his dad. He's just resleeping every time. I knew that immediately at that point because like his expression, it's like a typical anime expression of like, oh wait, that's actually my dad, you know,
yeah.
or like that's actually the person I used to know. Happens a lot in anime, and there's so many animes I want you to watch like that are so good, so
Get to
good.
him.
We will get to them. We will get to them. I can't wait though. I can't wait. Like Charlotte, Erased. Yeah, but the only problem is those are like 12 to 24 episodes each. We're both busy people, you know what I mean?
I know.
Wish we just
I,
upload it like The Matrix. I know Kung Fu.
I if of all the tech, all the cool futuristic tech things that I would love to do, that would be one of them. If I could just jack in and get all the information I need at a moment's notice, I would be very happy.
You wouldn't want to be in the world of psychopaths? Like that wouldn't be your dream?
I want it all,
You
Chase.
want it all? You
I
can't be
want
greedy. You
it.
gotta pick and choose, Lance.
I want it all. I want
You can't
every universe.
you can't have it all.
I'm gonna write my perfect cyberpunk universe, and I'm gonna combine all of them.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
I want to write a light novel here soon, but it's not going to be. You can't call it a traditional like Japanese light novel. You have to call it a OLEON or something like that. In English light novel.
Maybe so. What makes it? What's is it? Because you're not Japanese
Yep.
by birth? Okay.
It's because I'm a foreigner.
Okay.
But
You
Japan
could
has really
always
cool.
change your. You could always change your citizenship.
I wasn't. I'm not. I'm not Japanese. I wasn't born. I mean, I was. I was born in Japan, but I'm not Japanese.
You could move to Japan, and I mean, there are
It
people
doesn't work. It
who.
doesn't work that way. I have to
Oh,
write it in Japanese as well. I can't write it in
you have to be
English.
an. Well, then learn Japanese.
I mean, I guess I can, but I'm not Japanese. I have to be Japanese as well.
You. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean,
But
there
I
are
was
plenty of
born in
people.
Japan. I got that on me.
There are plenty of people who are that move to the United States who are not natural born U.S. citizens,
Hmm.
complete foreigners, and immigrate here and become full-fledged American citizens.
Yeah, and they can
So
write
you
American
could,
novels, but it doesn't work like that for Japan. For Japanese light novels. But there is an award they give out to inspire foreigners to write light novels. And that award is given out every year. And the cool thing, a really popular light novel slash anime that they adapted from the light novel, uh, is from one of those winners, which is super cool.
have to check it out.
Yeah, let me see what it's called again. I actually found it at Books a Million. I was like, ooh, I remember this. Oh, International Manga Award. I think that's what it's called. No, Light Novel Award. I mean, there's two of them. Looks like. Hmm. To encourage non-Japanese manga artists. Yeah,
Interesting.
Akihabara. Who's the winners? What do you say?
I was gonna say that would actually be a fun little side project. Um,
I don't know how confident I would be in winning that though.
well, you're not gonna shit it out in 2 weeks, right? It's gonna take you years to write something, you know, really good, and you gotta evolve the story, you gotta evolve the characters. You don't want to just um throw it together piecemeal like we do with this podcast.
This is fair. This is fair.
um, what do you think of the whole concept behind the bad guy and how he's like how he sort of sold this vision of the lead, the old lead to pass on the torch. The old leader must die, and the new leader takes the mantle as sort of the cover for him resleeving himself over and over again. I thought that was a kind of a interesting approach. I haven't seen that before.
I haven't seen it before either, so that was new for me. I thought it was a really cool concept, but I also think like I would say that in Yakuza probably it wouldn't be that ridiculous, right? Because it's all about the clan. But then again, like if you have a corrupt boss like the first one, he's not gonna want to kill himself for the clan.
Mhm.
But what didn't make sense to me is like when they right before they go in to do the ceremony, right? The little girl switches bodies with him, right? That does the switch bodies thing,
Yeah,
and then that sleeve is just his old sleeve is just there with no consciousness and like nothing. It's just a dead body, right?
yeah.
So like, does no one ask that person a question before, like during the ceremony or anything like that? He's just sitting there, just dead. That's my question.
Yeah, it is kind of like
You just gotta
wasn't there
trust
like
the process. Don't ask any questions, right?
I mean they did. Well, you saw the one guy who was kind of got his finger cut off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean if they're all as dumb as he was,
fair.
it's not unbelievable that they wouldn't question anything. And also like loyalty and well, not even loyalty, faith. Like when you believe in something
Hmm.
and you're told it, like a lot of the sort of like Attack on Titan, Psychopaths, this one that we just watched, Altered Carbon. I'm trying to think of some other ones where there was kind of a cool under like. There's a lot of stuff that we've watched where you're just told a story and you're told to take it on
Face
faith
value.
and on face value, and
Yeah.
people just do it because they have no reason to question it, right? Like it doesn't occur to them that it's specifically in Attack on Titan. Like I think that's the strongest example of all the people are told this sort of story about the Titans, and that isn't true, right? Like and it's multiple levels of untruth. Like there's layers where the people in charge early on know some things that others don't know, but then they don't know the full scope of every, so it's yeah, I mean, you don't know to disbelieve it. So,
Yeah, it's true.
but what do you think of the art, the animation?
Took some getting used to. I'm not a big fan of CGI art. Um,
Yeah, the
I
first
like the
frame
more. Yeah,
at the very beginning when that chase that kind of threw me off for a little bit.
yeah, I didn't really like that. I mean, I didn't really like the animation at all, but like once you start watching it, kind of like with that last one, what was it? Blame? No.
Yeah, it was very similar to Blame.
Yeah, with Blame, like you just kind of get used to it after it. But then in this one, I never really got used to it.
I that was probably I didn't dislike it. I thought it looked neat, but it was kind of putting isn't the right word, but it was it did
Lackluster.
yeah. Huh?
Lackluster.
I don't know if I'd say lackluster.
I would say that.
I wasn't used to it. I'll leave it. I just wasn't used to it, and so I didn't dislike it. I thought it looked very pretty. The
You know what
character.
I'm you know what I'm thinking, man? Maybe it's just because I haven't watched it in a long time, but I think Makia beats this fucking show.
No.
Yeah, I think it
Absolutely
does.
not.
I
No,
think
this
it does. I think
no.
it does, man. Maybe I just have to watch Makia again, but
You need to watch
I'd rather
Makia again because there's
I'd rather watch
no
Makia than this.
fucking way that this is worse than Makia. It has its problems,
I think
but
it's
it's
worse than
not worse than
Makia.
Makia.
I think it's worse than Makia, man. I really do.
We want to have a part 2, a rewatch of Makia. I don't know if I could sit through an hour and a half of that. What was it? Hour and a half, 2 hours? I don't know if I can do that to myself again. The thought of watching that again just to see.
If
It,
it was just the first time watching it, but how
yeah,
we both feel that way though, I don't know. Everyone else seems to love it.
it
Probably
just
when everyone else hasn't seen better animes.
there's a pit in my stomach just thinking about watching that again. Like I don't like that's actual work. Right now, that feels like actual work.
That's hilarious. You know what I would rather watch though? Josie the Tiger and the Fish. That's what
Yeah.
I'd rather watch that.
Josie Tiger and the Fish was better than this.
Did you by the way, it's off topic, but did you watch the trailer for Shinkai's new film?
No, I know you sent it to me and I haven't watched it yet.
Wow. So good. Opening doors to my heart. That's what she's doing.
Making sure that I have on opening day. I'm gonna pre-order tickets. I'm gonna send Shinkai money in the mail. I'm gonna say, hey, can I pre-order my tickets now? Then I'm going to be there first thing in the morning when doors open.
What if it's already out?
You mean already out?
What if it's already out?
Right now?
Yeah. Let me see.
Is it out?
Nope. It will
Not
debut
till
in
the fall.
Japanese. It will debut in Japanese theaters on November 11th.
Is it debut in U.S. theaters?
Probably 2023.
God
That's usually
damn
how it
it!
goes.
What? We're going to Japan.
We're going to Japan. We're doing it, brother. Let me see what the U.S. release date is. It doesn't say.
I saw fall, but I didn't think that it would be debuting in Japanese theaters.
Well, yeah. It's Japanese content.
No, I figured it would debut there first. I was thinking though that I thought it was saying that debut is the U.S. debut, not worldwide.
Suzumi is her name. Suzumi no Tajimari. Tojimari. I think that's how you say it. We'll have to ask Tori later.
You know, we should do
She's our expert.
do that all the time though. I'll say like, "Hey, what does that say on the screen?"
What does that say on the screen?
Actually, I sometimes don't even have to say it. I'm sitting there watching, and there's some Japanese text. It's not Japanese content, but there's some Japanese text, like someone has like a shirt or there's a piece of art or whatever in the background.
Yeah.
And I'll be watching it, and I'll just hear Tori go, "Oh, and this is not it. This is me being ignorant, but just but it'd be like she'd be like domo, you know."
Mm-hmm.
Already got, you know, like she'll start reading it out. And I'm like, you're just fucking reading off the screen like that. And I'll ask her, what does that mean? And she goes, I don't know.
Why does she read it out loud then?
Just to see if she can. You know, in real time. And which she's very good at it. Some of the stuff she does know, like she'll say, like, I know what that word means, and I know what that character means, I know what this means, but like, what's the overall context? And so she has to like look it up. She goes, "Oh, okay, I get that," and then she moves on about her day. But yeah, she picks like can read like the Japanese alphabet. Like she can read out sentences pretty quickly. I feel like what I've seen. So
that's awesome. I was gonna ask another question, but I forget. Got too into this donut. It'll come back to me, hopefully. Probably won't.
One thing I would have thought that would have made this a little bit better, and it's probably because it was done as a prequel and there's to an already established series, is I would have really liked to have more background into how they got like I felt like this was a standalone story done as a prequel versus like a sort of world building like an explanation like Psychopaths episode 1 of season 1
Yeah.
where they sort of that you are a the one of the main characters is a new recruit, and so you're explaining to the new recruit how the process works, but you're also, because you're explaining to the new recruit, the viewer gets to learn about the universe and why certain things are done a certain way, right? And then it built out from there, which is, I think was an excellent way to do that. I would have liked to have seen something similar in this. Right? Like, how did we get to this point? How we were just talking about how like it's not really possible that you could just plug in and upload your consciousness because your brain, your consciousness isn't programmed like that, right? It's not bits of information that are just being transferred over a USB drive. It's more of your neurons interacting together and like energy. So,
Well, don't watch the TV show because you won't be satisfied. They don't explain any of
that. But I would have loved if they had some, even if it's just gobbledygook, scientific mumbo jumbo. I would have loved if they had some sort of explanation, like how were we able to break past this barrier so we can upload consciousness, right? Because it's because that would have been cool. Because like a lot of movies have done this before. Like I think Transcendence is one of the first times I saw it, and which overall was an okay movie. But like, yeah, they were just like, oh yeah, upload my consciousness like into an AI, but they don't really explain. It's just assumed that you just transferred it like you would over a USB drive. So I thought that would have been a cool if you had done that. Another sci-fi thing that is completely untrue that people believe.
What?
10% of your brain.
Oh yeah, we use 100%, right?
100%.
That's what I thought. It would make no sense evolution-wise to only use 10% of our brain.
But there are still some people who believe that. Like, and like, I guess I don't necessarily. Well, I don't know. I could be critical and say, yeah, it is their fault. But
it is their fault. Do more research. Learn things. Don't take things at face value.
But yeah, that's another thing that you see in science fiction that people believe is true and it's not.
Yeah, like ScarJo with that one movie.
Lucy, which was such a stupid way that they did that. Like Limitless was kind of cool because because you're like it was sort of like you're remembering things from your past that you can reintegrate into your present, your ability to absorb more information. And
I got Limitless right here in a bottle. But yes.
And there are some medication supplements that, like what you just showed, that can sort of like simulate that sort of like thing, but it's not truly unlocking anything. It's just either more energy or more focus or any number of chemical response, but it's not actually unlocking additional. Yeah, it's already there. It's just enabling you to harness it better, right? So
that's what that Limitless show is about, right? Movie. It just does it deeper than this, because this just helps you focus. It doesn't help you remember anything.
Yeah. You're not increasing your likelihood of remembering things. You're just focusing better on the things that you're working on. So yeah, I mean, there's things out there that can create that sort of idea, but no, there's no 10%. And when I first learned that, it actually, I believed it. I actually did believe it until I got curious. I was like, I'm going to do some research to see, like, I was like, how can I unlock more of my. This is before the movie Limitless came out, right? And so I was like, I was doing some reading online about how to unlock more of that. And as I was reading, I was like, oh, this isn't true. This is complete, like, just science fiction nonsense, right? Like perpetuated by entertainment. So that's how I figured it out.
There's supplements that help with memory and supplements that help with unlocking not more of your brain power, but help with like remembering things that you probably wouldn't remember, like little things and stuff like that.
I've seen
Th-
stuff like that. Yeah, there's
They're called neurotropics. It's a supplement brand, or not brand, but like line of products.
I actually
Uh,
saw a there was a blog I used to like a newsletter I used to follow, and there was a guy who would do these sort of experimentations on himself,
oh, I have no
and
idea, but yeah.
yeah, and so he that's one of the ones he did was trying to recreate the sort of like the limitless sort of
Yeah.
experience.
Joe Rogan has a brand that he partners with called Alpha Brain.
Hmm.
He takes like two of those. I used to take them. Um, I didn't feel any different, but I could remember things a lot easier. Um,
Now, not to be like super skeptical, but do you feel like you were actually remembering things, or do you feel like you were having like I guess what I'm asking is it like a
it,
placebo effect? Like
yeah,
you
was it a
took it,
placebo? Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't feel any different until like a month later, so I don't know. Like I felt like my normal stupid self until like a month later. Like I never really misplaced my keys or anything like that, but that was also when I got a better routine, maybe. So it might have just been a placebo. Who knows? You could try it.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's stuff like that. It's hard because you have to like really
I'll get it for you for your birthday. How's that?
don't do that.
I'm gonna do that.
I don't
They're
need
not that
anything from my
expensive.
I don't
It's
need.
not that expensive. They're only like
I would
65.
rather you get me some sweet Psychopaths merch than uh any sort of like medicine
You know, what I'm
or
gonna get you for your birthday. I'm only gonna get you Makia merch.
and then you will watch me live stream as like burn it.
That'd be a great live stream, though. I'll tell you that.
It's to be so cursed. Like,
That'd be great. That'd be
um,
great.
but yeah, like I just curious stuff like that. You have to like really like you can't just casually. You could I guess you could do like a casual sort of anecdotal experiment, but like to really know if it's doing it, you need like multiple samples of people trying it, and you have to do and they can't know that they're taking, whether they're taking a true placebo or the actual medicine. You have to have third party observers and stuff like that. So
You know
but
what's
it'd be
funny?
interesting.
My dad tried that when I was younger. This was like when I was going through like being diagnosed with my ADHD, right?
Mhm.
And my dad, so like we got our medicine, right? And my dad's like a uh, scientist type or whatever. Who I have no idea
He's a
what he called.
veterinarian.
Hey, don't put all that stuff out there. I'm just kidding. But yes, but like when I got my prescription, right? He really wanted to know if it was in my head or not, right? So he took it, and then he gave me he
Wait a minute, he
because
took your medicine?
no, he didn't take it. Like he took it from me, right? Because obviously he's my
Oh.
dad. But he wanted to see if like it's in my head or if I actually needed it. So when he gave me a pill, I had no idea what the pills looked like. I was like 14, 16, 15 at the time, right? So he gave me a placebo instead of the actual medicine because I had no idea what it looks like. So he just gave me a
Just
sugar
say
pill.
did you say Medican?
Medicine.
Okay, just making sure.
But he gave me a placebo, and then I took it, and I didn't feel any different, obviously. So like I sat down to do homework, and I was like, whatever this medicine is, it sucks. 'Cause I can't do anything. And he's like, what do you mean you can't do anything? It just it helps you focus. I'm like, well, it's not. So I need to either up the dosage or I'm just broken as a human being. So and he's like,
that's
and then the next day he actually gave me the real one. It's like, what's the difference between the yesterday one and this one?
I don't know how I feel about that because your dad basically screwed with you for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Just because of his curiosity.
It was a weekend, so it's okay.
I was waking, but
It wasn't a weekday.
um,
But we found out I actually need it, so that's good.
yeah. Well, some people we know still think you don't need it.
100%.
You want to talk about anything else? I guess you're kind of lukewarm on Altered Carbon. Like,
I don't know, Makia might be better. So I don't know if I would say lukewarm. I would say sucks.
I can't
I,
believe you.
I wouldn't watch it again, man. I really wouldn't. I mean, the more I think about it, the more I don't like it.
It
And
definitely.
I came into this thinking like it's not that bad.
I would say it's the best. It's definitely not the best anime. Period. It's not even like I wouldn't say it's in my top 5.
No, not at all.
But
Not even the top 15.
I think maybe I'm more interested in like like the world
Yeah, I would be more interested in the
and the
world.
actual story or the characters.
You mean so just one part of the movie? Just the world?
Yeah, sometimes I that's the whole reason why like a lot of times I'll put on like I've been putting on a lot of lo-fi in the
Oh, I have
morning,
too.
but I honestly I don't do it for the music.
What?
Do it for the backdrop,
The backdrop.
the little animation art in the background.
So you're telling me if you put that music on, right? And you just mute it, you'd be happy? Is that what you're
I
telling me?
not
Is
I'm
that what you're
not
telling me,
saying
Lance?
I'm not
That
saying
makes no sense at all.
I have though. I have muted it, right? Like when my day starts, I'll mute it, but I'll keep it on. I like looking at it.
I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, because I'm more interested in like the so like in that situation, it's not really a world building, but I'm interested in like the art and the sort of like the and I think I enjoy watching it and how it syncs up with the music, right? Because the music is a little bit different for each little piece. So like I that's why like, I listen to music, but I'm more interested in like what's going on screen than I am with just having the
But
back.
it's just a replay of the same thing happening over and over again.
But it's still pretty. I mean, it's no different than having a painting on the wall and appreciating the painting. Haven't you ever gone to like an art museum and just sat there and like enjoyed the experience that a piece of art gives you?
Yeah, but I don't do it for hours.
I'm not sitting in front of my TV for hours while I'm working. I'm just
That's what I just imagine you just like zoned in, just staring at your TV for hours. Sometimes doing work.
oh, if anything, I work too much.
I know you do. You never pick up my calls.
I'm always in a meeting when you call. Like I'm not gonna say, "Hey guys, my buddy Chase is calling me. I'll come back. We'll talk about this important business thing."
Be honest though,
uh,
if you ever call me, I'll answer. Put you right here.
and tell me, shh, mute the call. Um, but no, yeah.
Uh,
So like I like I'm not staring at my TV for hours, but I do enjoy like when I'm walking by, just sort of watching the animation, the detail play out, and how good it looks. Like it looks ones I've been putting on amazing to me, right? So I kind of get the same. I think I got the same sort of vibe from watching uh, Ultra Carbon Resleeved. Was I was very interested in like the universe behind it. I didn't really care about the characters. The story was kind of neat. Like it was an interesting concept, like of the sort of the clan and the leader, transferring his consciousness and each new leader.
yeah,
Um,
Lance, I think you're the type of guy that would go out, buy a 55-inch C1 OLED LG TV, right? And just play that on it all day at all times. But then as soon as it got a burn-in image, because it's an OLED, you just go out and buy another one because you're rich.
I'm not rich, first off, and two, it wouldn't be the OLED I would get.
What would you get? I thought you'd get the Sony OLED.
I'd get the 8K.
The 8K? The Samsung 8K?
No, the Sony 8K.
Oh, not rich, huh?
It's
Sony
it's
8K.
it's cheaper than the Samsung.
Is it? How much? I thought the Sony one was more expensive.
Oh, not the 8K. At least not. I mean, I haven't looked at that TV in a while, but when last I remember, yeah, it was cheaper, like a couple thousand.
You know what's hilarious? I didn't know Sony had an 8K. I thought you were talking about the OLED this whole time.
No. No.
Who would have thought?
That's funny that you didn't know that.
Do you think I would ever have an opportunity to sell that? No.
And they well, no, not in your area.
What do you mean? You're rich. You live in this area.
Oh, I'm not. No, that 8K is beautiful. Like I think it looks absolutely way better than anything Samsung put out. And they've had like multiple iterations of it. And so that's TV that I was truly like I think that's the first time looking at that Sony 8K I was ever just sort of like awestruck.
Nice.
There's a lot of TVs like, oh man, that looks really good. It looks really nice. But the Sony 8K was one that just floored me.
Nice.
And I would love to play like Last of Us 2 or Ghost of Tsushima on that 8K. Something like amazing on it.
But it would. Well, anything else you want to talk about?
No, I guess not.
I mean, if you want to talk about more, that's cool.
No, there's not really much more. I mean, that's the thing. There's not really much to talk about. Like, we get...
This is why we should watch TV shows, Lance. So we have more to talk about.
True. But you have plenty to talk about with Your Name.
Well, that's because it's a masterpiece.
It's true.
This show's not even better than Makia.
I kind of actually want to go back and watch Garden of Words again.
The funny thing is, though, that episode wasn't very long either. That's because it's only like a 30 or 40-minute show.
It's 45 minutes. Or 47 minutes. But there was more going on in that 47 minutes.
Than there was.
Yeah. Still think it's better than...
when I go back and look at the movie, like, I'm like, this was an hour and a half. I couldn't tell you what happens in that hour and a half besides 3 things.
Maybe the reason why I say it's not as bad as Makia is because of the universe.
That's fair. Yeah.
That could be it. Because, like, that's the thing I was most interested in watching it. So, like, if that wasn't there, I wonder if I would have the same. Maybe that's why you think it's. I still don't think it's worse than Makia. I'd say fairly would put it on par.
I don't know. We'll have to discuss it later. Once we watch Makia again.
We're gonna watch Makia.
No, I don't want to watch it again for at least another year. You gotta give me some time to recuperate from that garbage dumpster fire. But man, I'm not watching Altered Carbon again, no matter how much you tell me.
Yeah, it's not a rewatch.
No.
I'm interested though. Do you think the book would be good?
No.
No.
I'd rather just watch and read Psychopaths again.
Yeah. Psychopaths.
Yeah.
I really hope that they release volumes 5 and 6 in English soon. I really hope that they do a if Attack on I don't know if this is it, but I like to blame that it's because Attack on Titan decided to go a third part to their final season.
Yeah.
I'm so mad about that, and I'm gonna blame them for the reason why I don't have an English dub of season 3 of Psychopaths. Mostly because I want Robert McCullum to free up to come.
That's funny. Who's he
And
playing Attack on Titan?
he plays he's the armored Titan. I forget his character's name.
Reiner.
Reiner, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's how he plays on that. And I blame them for keeping him busy. It's probably not true, but I blame them for keeping him busy so that from doing a Psychopaths season 3.
Yeah. All right. What are we gonna watch next time?
You want to watch next time? I picked this one.
Well, are you ready to watch TV shows again? Anime TV shows or not?
I'm so busy. I don't have time.
You're always gonna be busy. You gotta find a routine. You gotta find a routine because you're.
I have a
busy.
morning routine. I have a morning routine.
You need to find a night routine.
I have a night. That's something I don't have. Is a night routine. It's been so cold. Like it's just nice now. Like the weather is great. Like.
All right.
Now.
All right. Charlotte is only 13 episodes. That's better than 26 like Toradora was. And you did that in a week.
Toradora is really good, though.
Yes, it is. Charlotte's just as good. It's only half the number of episodes.
Okay, we'll do Charlotte.
Yes! I'm so excited for Charlotte. Even though, like, I've been talking about Citrus and Domestic Girlfriend for forever.
We do TV shows again.
But you'll be happier watching Charlotte. I know you will. I don't want you to get back into anime TV shows and hate it. So, or watch Charlotte.
Oh, you mean if we go to Domestic Girlfriend? I'm like,
yeah. If we go to Citrus or Domestic Girlfriend, your first segue back into anime TV shows, you're gonna hate it, and I don't want that to happen because we got to keep watching anime TV shows. That's where the better content is. You know, we're tapped out on movies. We watched almost every anime movie there is.
Didn't watch. There's like 17. We haven't
watched
watched
all
Kiki's...
the good anime movies. There is.
We didn't watch Kiki's Delivery Service.
By good, I mean Shinkai.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yes, we didn't watch most of the Studio Ghibli. But like when we're having a so Kiki's Delivery Service, you've seen that, and it won't take me long to watch that. So that will be a backup plan, okay?
Okay.
If you're not, it's just way too busy. You got to travel for work, stuff like that.
I'm traveling next week.
Dang it, Lance! When are you traveling?
Tuesday.
And you're back when?
I'll be back Tuesday. It's a set 1 day trip.
Don't make it sound like you're gone for the whole week and you can't watch it.
But listen, I'm gonna be on the road for hours, and when I get
just
back,
watch it while you're driving.
No.
What do you mean no?
If I had a Tesla and I had like auto drive.
They make cell phone holders.
I'm not. No.
Fair.
It's fine.
I'm so excited to watch Charlotte again. Gosh, I haven't watched it in like a year and a half.
Okay.
I'm excited.
What's it about?
You're gonna love.
Again, like it's gonna be a little teaser.
I'm not telling you about it. You can't look anything up either. You have to go into it fresh, or it's not gonna be as impactful.
Okay. Okay.
Because I went into it thinking one thing. Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's so.
Am I gonna like it more or less than Psychopaths?
It's a toughie. You really like Psychopaths. I like Charlotte more than Psychopaths, but I don't know about you. You'll probably like Psychopaths more still.
I like it more or less than Toradora.
I don't know. You'll probably like Charlotte more than Toradora. But
Okay.
I like Toradora more than Charlotte.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
So excited. So excited. I'm so excited. Cool. Anything else you want to talk about?
Do we have any other Shinkai films that we can watch?
I think that's it.
Just the 3?
I mean, he has other works, but they're not on par, I don't think. They're like his earlier stuff.
I still don't think we should watch them.
Yeah.
I'll watch them in my own time.
Okay. We'll still watch them then. We'll still review them. All right. We'll catch everyone next time when hopefully watch and review Charlotte.
Bye.